Hey everybody, we are on holidays, but we wanted to give you a quick tidbit while we're away. So Verlinda had a great question.
Okay, so I have some people that I talk to, and one of them said, my husband said he'd divorce me if I ever wore my hair like that. Is that okay to use that as a leverage?
Welcome to the Only You Forever podcast. If you want to build a thriving, passionate marriage, we've got the research, the truth, and the answers you've been looking for. And now, here are your hosts, Caleb and Verlinda Simone Gendel.
Hi everybody, this is episode number 13, and we're going to be answering Verlinda's question.
So yeah, just to recap, give you a little bit of background here. This hasn't, always happened, or I haven't heard it a whole lot, but once in a while I hear someone say, I told my husband I would divorce him if he ever shaved his mustache off. Or someone else, I've heard them say, my husband said that he would divorce me if I ever wore my hair like that. And we had a question a few episodes ago, and we talked about arguing in front of the kids, but like divorce is never an option, to never use it as leverage. So I think in these circumstances, it's half a joke when they say it. But is it? Like, why say it if there's no truth in it? Or how can we help our listeners state what they feel so strongly about their spouse doing or not doing without calling their marriage into question? Like, really, does it really affect your marriage how your wife wears her hair?
Right. So let's give the guy the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
That he's not divorce prone or just looking for an excuse, and that he's not a jerk.
No, he just doesn't like that hairdo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's really passionate about it for some reason, like whatever.
His grandma wore it. I don't know.
Yeah. So, we did say in fair fighting, you never put divorce on the table as leverage in the argument or a threat or to try to shut your spouse down. That is just not acceptable. But the question you're asking is, as sort of a bypass, not a bypassing comment, but a passing remark. That's the word I'm looking for. Right. As a passing remark, to be like, if you ever do your hair like that, I'm going to divorce you. Is that acceptable?
Yeah. I say no.
Okay.
Like, this is marriage we're talking about here. This isn't...
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe that's kind of about the familiarity that we have with divorce, because it seems like so many people are getting divorced, and it's something you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the sacredness of marriage, I'm thinking that, it'd probably be better if you could never use that language. I don't think I've used that on you, have I?
No.
Yeah. So I'm off the hook there.
What if I just said yes?
Now we're getting to the stuff really behind the question. Yeah. Okay, so let's give our listeners a better way to state something really strongly.
Okay.
Without having to use that.
Okay.
What do you think they should say?
I think they should say, I'd rather you didn't wear your hair like that because I really don't like it. Or when you, pick your nose, it reminds me of this gross kid in grade 2 and it disgusts me.
Right.
Or, you can talk about how what they're doing affects yourself.
Right.
And why you feel so strongly that they don't do it.
Right. And so if you're in a marriage where, divorce hasn't been a possibility, things are healthy.
Yeah.
Your spouse will have enough respect for you to get that.
Yeah.
So then you shouldn't need to use that language.
So what if me as a wife, what if you say that?
How do you respond?
Yeah. Like.
Well, knowing you, you'd probably slap me.
Oh, give me a break. I'd probably cry. No, seriously though, like I think I could, once I stopped crying and blew my nose.
Yeah.
I could say,
it sounds
were
like
you serious about that?
Well, just hang on a sec. That's not a soft start. Right?
Yeah, I'd probably explode first and then I'd apologize.
So maybe more ideally, they could just come back with, okay, I can see you feel really strongly about me not wearing my hair like that.
Yeah.
Now, is there something going on with our marriage? Like, is it really, you would actually
think of divorce because of this?
Or do you just trying to tell me that this is really important to you? At which point, they're probably going to say, I'm just trying to tell you this is really important to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you please find another way to tell me how important this is to you? Because I will respect that. But when you say, I'm going to divorce you if you ever do this, I feel really afraid. It makes me feel insecure. And it just puts that question mark in my mind.
Yeah.
And I want to know that I'm safe with you.
That's really good.
Was that it?
That was really good.
Yeah. That was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Sure. I'm happy with that.
All right.
Well, that's it for today's episode. Number 13.
I hope some of you are on holiday because we certainly are.
And we're enjoying it, I'm sure.
Are you allowed to say that before you've even experienced it?
I'm having faith that I'm going to enjoy this holiday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're planning on having a good time, and we hope you're planning on having a good time too.
All right, goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the OnlyYouForever.com podcast. Please help us reach and influence a wider audience by rating and reviewing our podcast at OnlyYouForever.com/love. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.